They are not mad at how loud black Americans or black people are. They are not mad about the volume of black Americans. They are mad because people always listen to the black people. They are mad because people listen to what black people speak.
What is your favorite black privilege?
My favorite black privilege is when you're in the store and you need help, there's always someone right there next to you. Always, from the minute you enter the door, there's someone who's gonna be following you in every aisle to make extra sure they help you. And then there's another person who just passes casually, looking at you from the side eye to make sure you don't need anyone to help you. Oh, I love it. Guys, being black is a privilege.
Black people have superpowers. Let me tell you why. Think about it, yeah. If life is a game, then being black is like the highest level, like your game, like the player of the game, like the highest form of the creation of the hilly-pillification. Like, it just, if you think about it, yeah, being black, yeah, in any industry, whether it's rapping, football, being an athlete, influencing, modeling, whatever it is, they're just winning. They take everyone's gal, they got beautiful skin, they can eat anything, and like, it's their genes, it's their DNA. Like, they're just winning. I just, like, it's not fair, but like, it's fair because it makes sense. Like, if reincarnation is real, I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be like, yo, this time I wanna be black. Like, when I incarnate again, like, I wanna feel what it feels like to have. Get me, like, brother.
White America has spent generations trying to provoke black people. Every stare, every dog whistle, every policy, it has been a long calculated move of let's see if they break. They followed us in stores, assuming we'll steal, but we will walk boldly. We will walk slow because we know we are the most watched and the most wanted at the same time. You get that? They mock our names, our speech, our swag, and we double down. Because ain't nothing wrong sounding like where you come from. Ain't wrong sounding like your mother tongue. Ain't wrong sounding like your local place. They call black people, especially black Americans, aggressive, loud, and professional. But here's the thing. They are not mad at how loud black Americans or black people are. They are not mad about the volume of black Americans. They are mad because people always listen to the black people. They are mad because people listen to what black people speak. You know what I mean? Now, every move we make as black people, every style we wear as black people, the way we walk, the swag, the way we talk or think, they have tried to reduce it. They have tried even to replicate it. But through it all, we never let them steal our spirit. We didn't fail for the bait. We didn't fail for the trap. We didn't lash out the way they wanted. Instead, we turned their head into a mirror and make them look at their own reflections. Why? Because black people are unprovocable, not because we are passive, but because we are powerful. And that's what I call black privilege. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast, and today we are talking something deep, something about the centuries of racism that didn't break black people. Centuries of discrimination didn't break black Americans. And it has just made black people unstoppable. Before we dive in that video, I have featured some kind of videos of I want you to watch. And after watching these videos of people talking about black privilege, I want us to understand and come back here and talk about it.
Black people are the most influential people on this planet, fam. Do you feel like you have black privilege? Yeah, for sure, bro. For me personally, my privilege is my genetics. Like, that's one privilege I have. Like, not no black supremacy shit, bro. But I do believe, like, my genetics are elite, bro. Like, athletically, I'm pretty adequate, I believe, bro. I've got a great height for most things as a man would need, I believe. I believe I'm relatively strong. You know what I'm trying to say? So, for me, bro, that's not something that every other race carries, bro. I know how black, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so, that's a privilege in me. My culture, you get me? That's a privilege, bro. Like, because other races don't have this culture. You see how influential our culture is as black people, fam. Races don't have this, bro. I personally believe black people are the most influential people on this planet, fam. And look how we've been suppressed and held down, fam.
And the influence has been there, even though, you know.
Yeah, and we'll continue to do so, bro. That's a privilege in itself. People might not see it as a privilege, but I do.
Okay, what is your favorite black privilege?
My favorite black privilege is when I went to a Starbucks and I ordered something and paid. And before I left, I got some napkins and put it in my pocket. I was about 17, and the manager followed me out the store and told me to empty my pockets because she knew I stole from the store. I thought it was a joke. I said, "Are you serious?" She said, "Yes." I emptied my pockets, and all that was in there was some napkins and a pencil because I just got out of school. The part where the privilege comes in is she apologized. She said sorry, so thanks for that.
Okay, what is your favorite black privilege?
Okay, so I actually got two of them. The first one is that whenever I'm driving, cops always pull me over, just to see how my day was, just to check my license, my tags, make sure nothing's expired, make sure that there's no suspicious activity in the car, because, somebody might sneak into my car and scare me. That's terrifying. And then the second one is that whenever I'm walking on a sidewalk, people tend to cross the street so that I can have my own sidewalk. It's the most beautifulest thing. It's like laying out the red carpet. Okay? And that's that privilege, baby. You feel me? Lay out that red carpet, baby. No cap.
Okay, what is your favorite black privilege? Mine is that I can't get lice.
I think what I find to be black privilege is watching everyone else hate from outside of the club and they can't get in. Black people have a level of sense, style, swag, splah that just cannot be replicated. And y'all try so hard to do it. And you can't compete where you don't compare, okay? I'm watching folks in Asia putting pipe cleaners in their hair to try to get natural hair that grows out of my head effortlessly. I know you mad. You mad, ain't you? You mad. Watch Becky's inject themselves with all types of foreign shit to get the lips that I just have naturally. And the ass I get to just walk around with. I know y'all mad. I know it. Ooh, I know y'all mad. It's gotta suck to see a party this lit and know that you can never really join it quite fully. Sucks to be y'all.
We don't actually get the benefit of walking around looking like we're in pain because we don't get the sympathy. Even as teenagers, the adultification bias of young girls teaches our young girls that you need to toughen up. You need to push through. You don't need help. You don't need nurturing. This is science. This is what the community is doing. And so part of, again, what I do is just challenging the narrative, allowing people to really check their biases, as Les said. And as medical providers, our biases are so harmful. They can actually mean the difference between appropriate diagnosis and not. When you write that in the medical record and you label this person as pain-seeking or whatever, that goes with them for the rest of their lives. And so I really want to convey the depth and the severity of our words, of our biases, so that other providers understand it's not that there's something wrong with you, it's that you can do better, you must do better, and you doing better actually equals better outcomes, especially for the Black.
Something I'm not afraid to admit as a Black person is that while y'all are afraid of the ghetto people, I'm actually afraid of the Black people that got success. See, when you come from a community that's typically deprived and disadvantaged systematically, once you get your piece of the pie, you're willing to do anything to keep it. See, the thing about people in the ghetto or hood people, they learn how to survive with what they got. And they become content and happy and build a life in that community and are fine with it. They're not looking always to just take from the next motherfucker coming. Don't get me wrong, it's some survivors in the hood, so they're gonna do what they gotta do. Stay out their way. But them motherfuckers at the top, they so slick, they so sly with it, they're such energy leeches. They'll have you coming around thinking that they want to help you and elevate you. Whole time they want to make sure that your ass don't rise above another notch. So while y'all afraid of the hood people who show you exactly what it is, I'm afraid of the motherfuckers that don't show their hand but got all the cards. And one more thing. A lot of y'all aren't as bougie as y'all think y'all are. Y'all a lot closer to these hood people than y'all fear than the rich people that y'all aspire to be like. Clock it.
You ever notice how the most powerful women in our history aren't always the ones with the loudest voices? They're the ones who built our futures in silence because survival didn't give them time to yell. Meet Rebecca Primus. Not a household name, but she was a mother to dozens during a time when America didn't even consider Black children human. She was born free in Connecticut in 1836, a time when the free North wasn't really free for Black people. But instead of running from the fire, Rebecca walked straight into it. She left her home and went south during Reconstruction, right into the thick of chaos, poverty, and white rage, all to teach newly freed Black children how to read and write. She didn't just educate them, she protected them. In her letters, she talks about white mobs threatening the schoolhouse. She talked about how some of her students were traumatized by what they survived during slavery, and how she gave them care, attention, and literacy as a form of healing. She fought for them to get books, shoes, food, and dignity. She wasn't their biological mother, but she was the only mother that some of them had ever known. And yet, where's her name in the history books? Where's the monument? Where's the statue of a free Black woman standing in the ruins of a country and trying to rebuild it one child at a time? She didn't do it for fame. She did it because she knew the war didn't end at Appomattox. It just changed form. But the real battle was for the minds and the futures of the children that had been born into bondage. And they needed somebody to teach them that they were way more than what this country called them. Rebecca Primus didn't raise children. She raised survivors. And every Black educator that came after her is walking through a door that she helped build, all with her bare hands and a blackboard. So I post this to say Happy Mother's Day to the women who raised us, to the women who mothered us without blood, and to the ones that we had to lose too soon. If today feels heavy, you're not alone, because some mothers give life and others give you the will to survive it. Rebecca did both. Say her name, Rebecca Primus.
Imagine being the richest and wealthiest group of Black people on this earth, on this planet, and still complaining about being a victim. And if you watching this video do not understand that statement, don't worry, let me clarify for you. Black Americans are the wealthiest Black people on earth globally. If you compare the average Black person in America to the average Black person in any other country in the world, the Black American has a higher probability of having more money.
I want to talk about this from a teacher's lens. This 50th anniversary of hip hop. I want to talk about it from my educator's perspective. And I thought I had a poem inside of me to write about it. Maybe I do. Maybe it's coming later. But what I will say is that these were teenagers shifting the culture. Not even in their 20s, right? So Grandmaster Flash is 65. So 50 years ago, he was 15. I just want y'all to sink that. Let it sink in. These were teenagers, minors, young people that started the culture as we know as hip hop. Kool Herc is like 70 or like 68. I think he's 68. So he was 18. 18. And I see a lot of us that write off kids, or they'll say like, you know, kids these days or whatever, they're not the same. But guess what was happening back in 1973, 74, 75, all the way to the 80s? Guess what people were saying about that? They were saying that these kids were crazy. What is this hip hop stuff? What is this thing that y'all are doing? It was new. It was fresh. It was innovative. And it came from Black teenagers. This was the language of young people, of young Black people in the United States, in New York City, in the Bronx, that were tired. And I love how Erica Alexander put it. Black people saw themselves in the future. You don't have any social programs for us because you cut them, right? The Bronx was burning in the 70s, okay? So what did these kids do? What did these creative, innovator kids do? They came up with their own genre of music. They created the future because 50 years later, we're still talking about it. This is Afrofuturism. And we don't talk enough about how futuristic and forward thinking hip hop was back in 73, the early 80s, the mid 80s, the 90s. These were futuristic griots. They spoke about their present. Okay, they spoke about the things that were around them, but they were predicting the future. That's what the jazz greats did before them, right? They made their own genre of music because they didn't see themselves in the present. So it's almost like an FU to the system, an FU to, oh, you gonna see me now. You're gonna see me now. Oh yeah. I'm not invisible no more, am I? And not only are you gonna see me, you're also gonna hear me on the turntables. I'm gonna take these turntables and I'm gonna let you hear my voice. I'm gonna take this emceeing and I'm gonna let you hear the words that are coming out of my body from where I come from. I'm gonna take my body and contort it in all kinds of ways to let you know. We're athletes. We're griots. We are more than kings and queens. We are innovators. We're creators, life bringers, party rockers, healers. And I just don't want us to forget that indelible piece of history. Teenagers created hip hop, and they were using the tools before them to create their own language. Chef's kiss.
Racism in America wasn't just a byproduct of ignorance. It was a system designed to dehumanize, to disempower, devalue black people. Slavery, segregation, redlining, mass incarceration, all of these are tools. And these tools is used in a systematic oppression. Now, but here's a twist. That's why I said they're trying to provoke us, but we don't talk about it. A twist is like this. Every time a door closed, black folks build, or black people build a new one. Denied education, we build our own schools. Denied access to markets, we created Black Wall Street, and more and more. So the hate was real, very real. But we took that hate to do something else with it. See, racism tried to tell us that we were nothing. But in trying to strip us of value, they accidentally created something unstoppable. And that something is called black culture. I know you've come across black culture. The very things used to stereotype us, like our music, our speech, our hair, our fashion, are now global phenomenal. Think about it, okay? When we talk about hip-hop, it was born from poverty, police brutality, and it's now a $1 billion industry. African Americans are used to be mocked. They used to be mocked. Now it's an internet main dialect. They call us ghetto of wearing braids and gold chains. Now it's high fashion. And that's not just revenge. It's poetic justice. Hip-hop right now is worldwide. And it's one of the main thing that people are looking at it to the America. When you see America, you see hip-hop. All these artists, they put the American names in front because all these American or hip-hop stars, they African American, and they always say they are America. So wherever they do something, it's from America. Racism didn't intend to make us powerful. That is reality. Racism didn't intend black people to be powerful, but it accidentally gave us something to be proud of. It accidentally gave us value, the ability to shape what's cool and what's relevant and what's next. So that's why white kids in the suburb rap better than they talk to their own parents. You get that? Yeah. White kids, they rap better than how they talk to their parents. And that's why corporate brands drop millions just to appear, work for 30 seconds, and they are not doing this out of love. They are doing it because black culture sells. They are doing it because that is what they need that time. They try to provoke us because of that music, because of that slang, because of that ghetto looks. They try to provoke black people because of that ghetto wear. But right now, they are using it for them to get money. And I don't think if they really appreciate black people on that. Some of them, they're using black people's slangs, but they don't give credits where they belong. Some of them, they are using black people, the ghetto words, but they don't give credit where it's due. So let me be clear in one thing. For us black people being provoked and we get stronger and stronger, it is not reverse racism. No, it is not that. Or some weird flex. We are not glorifying struggle. Get me clear. We ain't glorifying the racism. We ain't glorifying the discrimination and everything. We are not glorifying the inequality. But how resilience become innovation, or how our struggle brought an innovation of something. There's no such thing as privilege that excuses centuries of violence, economic disparities, or trauma. There is no such privilege. But there's such a thing of owning you, or as owning your power in spite of it. Okay? And sometimes that power shows up when a racist Karen tries to go viral, only for the black person in the clip to get a book deal. When these Karens in the street, they are trying to make videos, trying to provoke black people, or saying that he or she doesn't feel safe, just to get at the end of the deal, it's a black person who goes viral. I'll just give an example. Lately, there is this Latino, I think it's a Latino restaurant. They were talking something in Spanish, Espanol, talking about this black dude. And this black guy was hearing what they were saying. So at the end of the day, this black guy got a lot of attention, So when Karen tries to use, tries to go viral, you find at the end of the time, the black people get the book deal, the black people get the scholarship, and millions of new followers. So at this moment, hate fails again. I know you understand what I'm trying to say. Have you ever wondered why they hate us, or why they hate the happiness of black people so much? Have you ever wondered why they hate the black joy? It's because joy is resistance, joy is survival. For example, when Donald Trump came to power and then they organized April 5th protest, black people did not go on the street. They were sitting home happy. When they brought up these rules or these policies to end DEI and some of these things, black people didn't retaliate. They were happy. They were online here making videos, smiling. And white folks were like, okay, yeah, what's going on? We are trying to bring them on the street. We are trying to bait them, but they ain't falling for the bait. So when I say joy is a privilege in a world that said we don't deserve to be happy, and we have made laughter, music, and celebration sacred. Our joy is not just emotional, it is strategic. It keeps black people alive. That's reality. So when we dance, joke, shine, or succeed, we are not just surviving. We are rewriting the narrative. They are trying to write this narrative, but us doing these things, we are rewriting the narratives. Now, here is the real game changer, turning privilege into power. The game changer is turning that cultural privilege into actual power, not just being famous, but being financial free, not just going viral, but building generational wealth, just like the hip hop stars. They took that, they said this is bad culture, but they took that, they built a financial strategy with it, and some of them have built generational wealth with it. And that is a next level thing. So, black entrepreneurs, creatives, and great thinkers, black thinkers are no longer waiting for the seats at the table, but we are building new tables with our own recipes, with our own struggle. And this time, everybody wants a bite. Using our swag, our ghetto swag and everything, everyone wants a bite. So, when I talk about the black struggles, the oppression that black people have gone through, but they always turn it as privilege. As I said, working on the grocery stores, for example, we as black people, we have turned the stone that they throw to us. We have turned it to build houses. As I said earlier, it's not just about the survival mode. It's about how we have put this survival mode into happiness. We are happy, we walk freely, and everything is good. And white America is seeing us, and they are like, okay, we never expected this. One of this privilege again is walking into a room knowing that your appearance, or when you walk into a room, you know very well that your appearance shift energy before you speak. It's a surviving system that were never built for you, and thriving anyway. It is knowing that your rhythm, your style, your soul moves the culture forward every single day. It's the ability to be followed, doubted, feared, and still flourish. It is smiling anyway, building anyway, and we just do it anyway. Because you have already know that you have seen the worst since 1800s and still choose to love over hate, still chose the country. Still you are saying you ain't move, you built the country. And they are trying to erase your history, but you are unprovoked. That is the strength that black people have. It's a power of knowing who you are, even when the world keep trying to tell you otherwise. And the beauty of it is that we don't keep it, we share it, we bring others in, we create spaces where joy is loud, and success is shared, and culture is sacred. And that's why the world watches black people, more so black Americans. That's why black Americans are being copied. And that's why they fear what they don't understand. That's why they fear the silence of black people. That's why they fear when black people talk. Because black people have shown that they ain't scared of anything. They're surviving in any mode. Silent mode, loud mode, with speaker, without speakers, black people are there. So, I know you have understood what I've tried to say, and tell me more thing on the comment section about this video. I will just say this. They have followed us, black people. They have mocked us, feared us, but never broke us. Kindly tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Until next episode, peace out.